find ourselves in a space where we're chasing money, we're chasing the bag, everyone's trying to get money, everyone's trying to get paid, that we don't realize that we don't even know. Some people never get to experience something that genuinely gives them fulfillment.
Was involved in SA's Got Talent. Can you share some of those testimonies?
Talent on its own can't get you by. You need to put in the hard work. You need to learn how to dedicate yourself to your craft.
For us, what tips do you have for people, like how they can balance their 9 to 5 and still pursue their passion?
It does get difficult along the way, and you can find yourself compromising your character just to try to get money from that.
I'm Luandra Jacobs and welcome to the Come Up series. I'm here with my co-host Tanya Boyson, and our guest for today is Kgothatso Lebeko. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How are you guys?
No, we're good.
We're good.
So,
thank you.
Our topic for today is based on having a 9 to 5 job and pursuing your passion, which today will be at the dance studio. Yes,
that's correct, Luandra. And personally, there is nothing wrong with pursuing your passion and working a 9 to 5. I have a quote that I have recently been sharing on my social media, and it goes like this: a side hustle or a business isn't just for people who want to quit their jobs. It's also career insurance in case your job quits on you. And it can be vice versa as well. If your business does not do well in a certain period, you at least have a security with your 9 to 5 job. But honestly, I think we still need multiple streams of income. Some people might disagree, but I think we still need multiple streams of income.
I agree with you. One stream of income is not enough these days, for real. So, Kgothatso, tell us, who are you as Kgothatso, and when and how did you discover that dance was a passion for you?
Okay, so Kgothatso is a programmer by day and a dancer / dance instructor. I wouldn't say by night, but I'll say more over the weekend. So I started dancing about 14 years ago. I think that's 2002, somewhere around there. The maths is eluding me at the moment. This was in primary school, and I was new in the area which I stayed in, or at the time it was in Centurion. So I used dance as a means to connect with the other kids, because at the time there was a talent show that they hosted at the school every year, and there was a group of boys in my grade who put together a show or a piece for the talent show. So I used that as a means of connecting with them, and from there it kind of just it went. I think that became something that I was identified by. People knew me, knew my sisters. I think my family at the time was pretty new in the neighborhood. So aside from being my sister's little brother, I became Kgothatso the dancer. And I think from primary school through to high school, that became the label that I had. And I think that also kind of helped me identify myself and I guess find my own identity rather through that process of growing up and being a teenager where your head is kind of all over the place. I think that kept me steady, so to say. So that is me. That is Kgothatso.
Oh, nice.
Interesting, eh? So it was part of your identity by the time you were basically an adult or became an adult, and when you discovered yourself.
Definitely. I think my journey through dance helped me discover myself. I think it could have been very easy for me to have turned out different, so to say, or walking a different path, so to say, in self-discovery. But I think dance definitely helped me stay centered, stay focused, because I was driven to really get better at this one thing, which I think helped me learn what discipline is, learn what like different principles that you sort of need in life. Things like disciplines, things like sacrificing your Friday to practice where everyone else was going out to have a good time. I think me and my friends used to get looked at like we were crazy because we would spend every Friday afternoon at one of our houses practicing. And I think it didn't make sense to a lot of people until we won our first competition, and that's when it was like, we understand. At that point, did they now understand the sacrifice and the reason that we were sacrificing our time, our leisure time, so to say, because we wanted to get better at this one thing.
Okay.
It's actually so nice that you're still into dancing and you're still like giving it to other people, your talents, like teaching them. That's amazing that you're still pursuing it, your passion. And can you please tell us more on what you do at the Kryptonite Dance Academy and what do they offer?
Okay, so at Kryptonite Dance Academy, I'm one of the main instructors. My method of teaching is using a style called popping, and through this style, I teach different techniques. I teach sort of self-discovery as well, because in my teaching, I do focus on the individual and allowing a dancer to really find themselves through dance. As a studio, we offer multiple services. So as I mentioned, I'm one of 4 main instructors, and each of us teach or use a different style to teach. We teach dance, we teach performance as well. The styles that we offer are mainly street styles, so the different styles that kind of fall under the term hip hop, as well as some of our local street styles as well. We do get other instructors to come in from time to time to give workshops or be a part of our classes, and share their knowledge as well. Essentially what we're trying to do as a studio is to equip dancers, equip young people who are interested in dance, to equip young adults who are interested in dance with the knowledge and the ability required, but also to show them that it is possible to live off of dance, to show them that it is possible to make a living from your passion, and not only that dance is something that you can do as a hobby when you turn 18. If you make the sacrifices and you actually put the time and effort into upskilling yourself and training, your ability can get to such a point that it can actually allow you to pay your bills, to live off of, to buy food. I think I'd like to feel like we've done well in trying to put that out there, showing that we can train dancers, but also showing dancers that we provide platforms, because a part of Kryptonite, because where I'm involved is in the Dance Academy, but there's another part to it, which is the agency, which takes care of dancers and represents dancers for corporate jobs, for music videos, for shows. So there's quite a lot that as Kryptonite we offer to really try to stamp that as a dancer, you can make a living as a dancer, but you do need to put in the time and the effort in order to get to that level. It's not something that talent on its own can get you. Talent on its own can't get you by. You need to put in the hard work. You need to learn how to dedicate yourself to your craft.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's quite cool that for a dancer to be an affiliate with the studio, because it will also then help launch their career in dancing if that's what they want to do. I'm not sure if the website that I was looking at, Kryptonite Dance Academy, that you guys, some of you, the students was involved in SA's Got Talent. They also auditioned for like well-known celebrities in South Africa. Can you share some of those testimonies?
So in 2016, the studio was actually it was the first dance studio, the first dance team to actually win South Africa's Got Talent. And I think that was, again, that was a testimony to show that with the right attitude and the right drive, you can really achieve anything. I think there's so many limitations placed on dance, especially when compared to other crafts or other art forms. Dance becomes a second option or a background. And the studio has kind of found its way, or has found a way to kind of keep pushing that. I think at the moment, even or when you look at some of the popular music videos right now, I think there's so many music videos where there are dancers and very creative dance pieces in the music videos, and some of those, I'd say most of those videos are put together by the choreographers in the studio using the dancers in the studio. So we have young dancers who are exposed to that space of being in a music video before they leave school, and that is, I think that experience kind of allows them to learn and get equipped with so much knowledge where work is concerned. So even if they do decide, dancing might not be for me, they can step into a corporate space knowing that, okay, cool, there's a certain level of hierarchy, or there's a certain level at which I need to be able to conduct myself when at work versus when I'm not at work. So the opportunities that we've been able to expose some of our dancers to is amazing. I think in 2018, we were even able to host a show at South African State Theatre for a weekend. And we were this is something that not a lot of people have been able to achieve, but we were able to put on a hip hop show in theater. And we were able to sell out, I think, from the last 2 nights. And once again, this was a new experience. I think for a lot of people who saw us in that space didn't comprehend or didn't think that you could do that with hip hop, because if you're looking at theater, you're looking at your more classically trained dancers or your more classically trained styles. You do not associate a style such as hip hop with that scene, that space to be able to really storytell at that level, unless it's through words, through rap, through music. But we were able to show that even through dance, we can tell stories. We can actually connect to the audience. So there's quite a number of wonderful things we've been able to do as a studio, and I think there's a lot more that we do have in the works. Yeah.
Oh, sounds exciting.
No, that's really great that you're actually building youngsters, people from a young age, and then they can actually move into another level after like 18 years or so after high school. It doesn't just need to stop there. So I actually like that, and especially that you're saying you also give dance lessons for adults as well. So that would be nice, from corporate to just like going and having fun and just like relaxing as well, because dance is, you have fun and you relax and you want that. So now that's great. So I just would like to also ask, what tips do you have for people, like how they can balance their 9 to 5 and still pursue their passion as a job?
I think if something is your passion, you will know that your reason for doing it is not fiscal, it's not financial. You're not doing this so that you can gain money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because if that is the reason that you're pursuing your passion, it does get difficult along the way, and you can find yourself compromising your character just to try to get money from that. So my first and foremost tip would be, make sure that what you consider your passion is something that you would be able to do whether you were getting paid for it or not. Can you still keep doing it for the next 5 years without getting paid? Can you do it for the next 10 years without getting paid? Can you sacrifice your personal time? Can you sacrifice your leisure time to do this thing? And in those sacrifices, does it feel like a sacrifice, or does it simply feel like you're doing something that is fulfilling? I think we find ourselves in a space where we're chasing money, we're chasing the bag, everyone's trying to get money, everyone's trying to get paid, that we don't realize that we don't even know. Some people never get to experience something that genuinely gives them fulfillment.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important to make sure that what you consider your passion is something that gives you fulfillment, so that when you're working, when you're spending time and effort on that thing, you're not actually feeling as though you're giving yourself without getting anything in return. I think where work is concerned, sometimes you give your time and effort, and what you get in return is your paycheck at the end of it. Passion doesn't always, especially in the early days, does not begin that way. You're giving and usually getting nothing in return until eventually something picks up. Sometimes people do not get to that stage. So make sure that whatever you're doing is something that actually gives you fulfillment. And then I think the second tip would definitely be find like-minded people to do that with. I think once you have a community and you have people that you share that passion with, it becomes so much easier to work, to get up and be like, okay, cool. Even if I'm tired today and I'm even tired of this passion, I I'm in this community that will give me drive, that will give me inspiration, that will keep me going. Because again, there are when you're not getting paid for this thing, or when you're not getting anything in return, you will get moments of asking yourself, why am I still doing this? So that community really helps to keep you going, to pick you up on those days when you can't pick yourself up.
Love it. Well said.
Thank you so much for the viewers at home for watching, and thank you Kgothatso for being on our show, and thank you for all the tips. It was really great to learn about dancing and the Kryptonite Academy. So please like and subscribe to our YouTube pages, and all the information will be on the description below. Please go check it out, and until next time, see you on the Come Up series. Bye-bye.
Bye guys.
Yes.